Hey guys, Michael back with another Unbounded. Sorry we couldn't bring last year's Unbounded to you guys, but you can still check it out on our YouTube channel. So here's a part 2 of it. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Bianca Chen. I am a segment producer. I make sure the scripts are ready and I make sure the videos are on the lineup.
My name's Justin, and I do the virtual set where people are in imaginary control panels and they are talking about, action reaction and believe in youth, and I do all that filming and yeah.
So recently we just got new field cameras, so soon all the classes will be able to use this to shoot their the reports, their commercials, whatever they need to do. They'll be able to use that soon, and yeah, it's a pretty big improvement and upgrade from our old cameras, and hopefully it will do us well and help us make better content.
So if you guys didn't already notice, I'm not actually Michael. I'm Javen. I'm the sound guy. So hope you guys like this Unbounded. Hope we see you guys next week. Well, you won't see me. Hopefully see Michael. But yeah.
Good morning to all. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Ian. Our show has a dream.
A new invention might revolutionize painting.
A new watch may be more expensive than a car.
3. I just watched the trailer. I'm going to talk about it in my You Heard It Here report.
First the Rams, and now maybe the Chargers. How many bad teams can LA take? You watch. The next trashy team to come here is the Seahawks.
We'll be back with that and more
on the other side of the break.
Welcome back from the break.
Now it's time for the Tetzlaff play-by-play. For anyone looking to learn a different language, Mandarin Club will be starting this month on the 26th at lunch in room 205. The club will allow you to learn Mandarin in a fun way while also learning about the Chinese culture. All students who speak Chinese or those that want to learn are welcome.
For anyone looking to be an engineer as a career, then robotics and engineering class might be for you. The ABC Education Foundation is hosting a robotics class for 7th and 8th graders. Students will be using the top Vex robotic parts and the finest coding software and create robots. Even if you have no experience at all, you will be able to do projects that match your level of skill. Classes start on the 30th through March 1st, Mondays through Wednesdays, 2:30 through 4:30. Classes start at $220.
Next week is Spirit Week. Monday we have no school as we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Tuesday is Twin Day, just like twins with your favorite person on campus. Wednesday is Tetzlaff Pride Day. Thursday is Blast from the Past Day. Dress in your favorite attire from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. And Friday is College Spirit Day.
Those of you that brought in a toy for the toy drive, this is your last day to stop by the special window at lunch to redeem your ice cream prize.
Let's check out the Tetzlaff calendar. Let's check out the Tetzlaff calendar. Today is College Day and Minimum Day. And next week, Monday, is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which means no school. That week is Spirit Week, Practice Day, and Game Day. Now it's time for the action reaction.
We're back with another magic action reaction segment. Rubik's Cube magician Stephen Brundage quickly solves a Rubik's Cube by tossing it up into the air. Did you know that Stephen Brundage did the same trick to Penn and Teller? Well, that's all we have for today. See you next week. Bye.
That concludes the Tetzlaff play-by-play.
We'll see you after the break.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929. He was a great wise person who worked for racial equality and civil rights in the USA. Martin experienced racism at an early age. His mother taught him how to read before he started school. He was an excellent student. In 1948, he graduated from Morehouse College. He earned his doctoral degree a few years after he married Coletta Scott. In 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. said his memorable speech, "I Have a Dream." His speech is now declared a national holiday on January 15th.
Welcome back from the break.
Now it's time for today's hot topics.
Old paint squeezers can't get every last drop of paint, but one squeezer can. This squeezer is called the Big Squeeze. The Big Squeeze can be used on plastic and metal tubes that are 3 inches wide. To work the device, clip on the end of the tube to the Big Squeeze and twist clockwise with the die-cast zinc handles. The rollers in the Big Squeeze are embossed with lines, making the tube crimped. The Big Squeeze costs from $28 to $32.
The Harry Winston Opus 12 wristwatch is not your ordinary silver wristwatch. The watch has around 12 hands that point to the center and starts to rotate in place. To tell time, it turns blue. To know when the watch is inactive, it also has a power reserve indicator in the middle. The watch has a black leather strap, 18K white gold case, and exactly priced at $280,000. All right, you heard it here with Jace. What do you? Yeah.
Good morning, Jace.
Good morning, guys. Despicable Me 3. Alright, so during the trailer, it shows and his Lucy in the ocean going to their new over the world. But the new supervillain is Balthazar. Now Balthazar, he doesn't know what century it is, because he's dressed in like with shoulder pads, he has a mullet, and he's just out of style in general. He's just out of style. And it's a funny villain just in general, because I watched the trailer and I started cracking up. That's what will come as an 80s day. I'll just shoulder pads and a mullet. That's what I'll do. But Despicable Me, it shows Gru fighting crime like in the last one. And this new villain's Balthazar. Alright, that's it for Despicable. Oh, yeah. Oh, it comes out June 30th, so after school ends. Yeah, it's really far away. Alright, that's it for You Heard It Here. It's time for Weather with Jenna.
A Brazilian, but moving to the other side of the map, all the way at the bottom, Rio de Janeiro will be seeing a low assembly line. Slowly moving back up, Los Angeles will be seeing a low assembly. Onto our highs. Onto our highs. Tokyo will be seeing a high of 41. Moving to the other side of the map, all the way at the top, Anchorage will be seeing a high of 21. Slowly moving Los Angeles will be seeing a high of 63 and Rio. Water spout. Well, if you have not, it is an intensive vortex that occurs over a body of water. Water spouts are more common in the shortest. They are connected to a towering cloud called a cumuliform cloud in its common form. It is non-supercall tornado over water. Snowboarding in mountains. So this is cool because it looks like you're not snowboarding yet, because if we are, that's dangerous. Don't selfie while driving, guys. But it looks really pretty. You can see the mountains and the trees. And Yeah, no snowboarding while taking pictures. It's not safe. Anyway, now it's time for sports with Jameson. Good morning.
Well, you know how Jason's talking about that new supervillain? I thought he kind of looked like Prince a little bit, but that's just my opinion. Well, let's start off with a fun fact. Did you, not a stutter, but did you know that in 1898, one of the first programs to be broadcasted on the radio was a yacht race in British water? Well, now to talk about the Chargers. Let me rephrase that. Let's talk about the fans at San Diego. All of them are burning their Charger t-shirts and flags, going crazy, and they even have dumb sentences about the Chargers staying, even though probably a third of them probably watch the game at home. Well, anyway, I saw a prediction of the Super Bowl and even the head coach's rapper names. So what do you want to hear first, the names or the predictions? Let's go with the rapper names. Belichick, for the Patriots, he is Scratchin' Contender. And Bill O'Brien is Beloved Genius. Mike Tomlin is Wacko Magician, and Andy Reid is the Scratching Demon. Jason Garrett is the Phantom Swami. Mike McCarthy is a Gentle Wanderer. Pete Carroll is the Erratic Ambassador, and Dan Quinn is the Erratic Magician. Well, the Cowboys are supposed to win the Super Bowl against the Steelers, and what's funny is the Texans are predicted to beat the Pats. And the Seahawks are supposed to beat the Falcons. It's pretty crazy. Well, that's it for me. Time for the news.
So how's everybody doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
So Alyssa, who's our guest today?
Today we have Max, and it's Max's birthday.
Oh, happy
Today or
birthday.
Sunday? Sunday is his birthday. Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
How old you
Happy
gonna
early
be?
birthday.
13.
Do you know
Hard to
it's
believe.
bad luck to wish someone happy birthday before it's their birthday in Germany?
Really?
Yes.
Remind me not to do that when I go there.
But happy birthday, because we're here in America. So, the 10 most dangerous OBs last year belonged to firefighters, correctional officers, taxi drivers, construction laborers, nursing assistants, emergency medical technicians, police officers, farmers, heavy tractor truck drivers, and veterans. Firefighters take in smoke while trying to save people's lives from falling and crumbling buildings. Correctional officers are around unstable people. So far, there have been 8.2% of incidents happening. Taxi drivers are unsafe jobs because they are out on the roads, which can easily get them into accidents. Construction laborers not only have to work with buildings, but also really big equipment, which can easily hurt them. Nursing assistants are exposed to diseases and illnesses if they are not careful. Emergency medical technicians rush out on the roads every day to try and save people's lives. Police officers usually are faced with dangerous situations that they have to take head on. Farmers have to deal with big, heavy equipment they use daily. Heavy truck drivers often get into accidents, and roads can be very dangerous with a big truck. A veterinarian is easily exposed to animals, bites, and scratches, which can get them diseases from. Despite these dangers, they continue dutifully doing their jobs. So what motivates these people to do their work?
Maybe because they love their job.
Yeah,
Because why else? If it's on the top dangerous, like why else would they do their job?
it's like
They might have people at home that motivate them to do it.
there's a lot of people that
Money.
Okay, but they're like saving people, so I think that's why they love doing their jobs. Like firefighters and emergency medical technicians, nurses, veterinarians, they're all doing their job and they're saving people.
He is famous for having his I Have a Dream speech. He was born January 15th, 1929, and faithfully died on April 4th, 1968. He was a Baptist minister and led the civil rights movement. His name is Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. used peace instead of violence. He fought with peace for freedom. When Martin was young, he went through rough times due to the racism. He later planned a civil rights bus boycott. Martin and his followers didn't sit on any buses, but walked instead. He said his first speech and said, quote, "We have no alternative but to protest. For many years, we have shown amazing patience. We have sometimes given our white brothers that we like the way we are treated. But we come here tonight to be saved from patience. Make us patients with anything less than freedom and justice, end quote. What do you think caused him to accomplish these things?
I think he just had a really right mind.
I think he just had a voice because he actually stood up to the racism. So he just had a really good voice and wanted to voice out for the people who were going through his tough times.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
To have equal rights as white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to be equal with them. Okay, well that wraps it up for the news.
It's time for today's segment where youth show the world what they have. Autistic 17-year-old Jason McIlwain of Greece Athena High School chose to be the team manager of the basketball team because of his height, 5 feet and 6 inches. As the team manager, he usually sits on the bench during their games, but that all changed on his first chance to play in a game while their team was way ahead. Jason ended up with 6 3-pointers and with a total of 20 points and was carried off the court by his teammates. Jason said, quote, "I ended my career on the right note," end quote. High school basketball will almost be over for Jason and will enroll in business management at Monroe Community College. Jason said, quote, "I'll try to go on to high school and I'll try to hoop it there. I just love the sport. It's one of the greatest sports in the world," end quote.
Oh, listen, now listen on the status of this week's web poll.
Well, again, we have Max. Good morning, Max.
Good morning.
Will you please read this week's web poll for us?
Should parents pay their kids for good grades?
Here's the results.
Good morning, guys and girls. This is reporter Ian here, and we're going to ask you this question. Should parents pay their kids for good grades?
Well, to be honest, they should.
I don't think they should be paid.
I think they should.
Yes.
Yeah.
What should parents do for bad grades?
They should give a strong lecture, but the kid shouldn't be so stressed out.
They should charge their children.
I think they should punish them by probably just not letting them watch TV or taking away their phone.
I don't think that people should pay for son's grade. Something shouldn't be determined by a letter.
How should parents manage the money their kids earn from their grades?
Parents should just keep track of it and make sure that there's no money that was used too much, that kids should just use the right amount of money.
Well, I think that practically every semester, if they have good grades, they should get money.
What should parents do if they get a bad teacher's report?
They should make them study.
If a child gets a good grade on the test, how much money should they earn?
They should earn a toy, like a Shopkins.
We asked and you answered. Most of you guys voted yes, parents should pay their kids for good grades. Thank you for watching.
Tax Week web poll. 27% of you said yes, 40% of you said no, and 33% of you said depends. To vote, visit us online at ungba.com. You can also send your vote to us and comment on Instagram. Next week questions will be, should the wall be built on the U.S. and Mexican border? Now for the kicker. So what do you think, Max?
About the wall?
Good question. Should parents pay their kids for good grades?
Yes.
And the wall?
They should build the wall.
Okay, yes, that's nice. Now for the kicker.
I think, Max, we should not build a wall. I disagree with what you just said, but Aeromobile has introduced their greatest accomplishment yet, the Aeromobile flying car. The beautiful vehicle transforms from a car to a plane in seconds. As a car, it fits into any parking space, uses regular gasoline, and drives in road traffic. It can then release huge wings, uplifting the car just like a regular plane would do. Aeromobile has been testing their new invention since 2014, but it hasn't been released yet. For more testing is required to ensure safety of the vehicle. However, Aeromobile says that their flying car will take off in 2017. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys back here on Tuesday because we have no school on Monday. So bye.